What up guys, it's Bananaowns here bringing you episode 24 of my Devil May Cry Let's Play. And in this episode we're going to keep moving our way through Mundus' tower, fighting a lot of enemies. Not too much is going to go on here. And again, I apologize for speaking a little softly, because it's very late and I live with people, so I don't want to wake them up. And I also apologize for any graphical errors in the video. This is still the same recording session, so it might take, after this one it'll be okay, but if there's any like green things or something like that you notice, I apologize for it. It's not meant to happen. So the last episode I talked about the Nintendo conference, and I talked a lot about that, so I really want to talk about the EA conference first, and the Ubisoft one, which is pretty good. Let's see here. Let me pull up my information here. I'm not really prepped, so let's see here. Okay, let's talk about EA first. So I thought EA did a fairly excellent job actually this year at E3. I was really surprised with the showing that they did. So they showed a bunch of new games. They showed Battlefield, Need for Speed, NBA Live, Dragon Age, FIFA, and then a new game from Respawn. So they started off with Plants vs. Zombies trailer, which looks pretty awesome. Very excited for that. It's the July 18th release date for the Plants vs. Zombie mobile. So they showed off a multiplayer thing. It's called Garden Warfare. It's a 4-player co-op Plants vs. Zombie thing, and it's played for a third-person perspective, and there's like a disco zombie, which was really funny. And they also announced Peggle 2, which was really cool. So then they did more Titanfall, and I am looking forward to Titanfall. It looks so fucking sick, but I'm going to talk about that in the Xbox video. It looks so freaking sick. So from Titanfall they moved on to talking about DICE, and the first thing they did was talk about Battlefront, a new Star Wars Battlefront, which was fucking sick. So all they did was literally show like a little thing on Hoth and a title, and that's basically it. But it's really nice to see that they are continuing with Battlefront, and I'm really excited actually. Hopefully they'll keep it true and keep it third person, which I don't think they'll make it first person, because they don't want to have to compete with themselves for Battlefield. But I'm really excited to see new Battlefront. I really enjoyed them on PS2. I was really a big fan, especially the lightsaber battles, the Mos Eisley Jedi battles that I used to play for hours on hours with my friends. So I'm really excited for that. So then DICE moved on to talking about a new Need for Speed, and it's a heavy multiplayer co-op focus with like a seamless world, and then like the gameplay is like single player, but you can also merge it into multiplayer, and they have like tablet integration, and it's kind of funny. And then they discussed a really surprising thing, was a Need for Speed movie, which was really weird, starring Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, who's a really good actor, and that movie's coming in 2014. So then they moved on to talking about Dragon Age Inquisition, and they showed a trailer which showed off some Darkspawn, some dragons, and Morgan from the first game actually, which was really interesting. So let me take a swig of my coffee here. And okay, so from Dragon Age, I know Dragon Age, BioWare got a lot of shit about Dragon Age 2, but I hear Dragon Age 2, although it got a lot of shit, was actually a really well designed game and really fun. And I really enjoyed Dragon Age 1. I still haven't beaten it yet, which I need to get onto that, but I'm looking forward to Dragon Age 3. Hopefully it'll be more open world and be, well, they did at the press conference, they confirmed an open world game, you're not confined to one city like in Dragon Age 2. So that's very interesting. So then they talked a lot about EA Sports. They showed a FIFA, Madden, and the new NBA game. And I noticed how they talked a lot about human intelligence in all these games. So like living worlds based on real world sports. So like in trying to introduce like AI that accurately reflects like movement and such. So they moved on to NBA Live, like Xbox One and PS4 only. And they made a big deal about the dribble movement, which is really, really awkward. And the graphics for NBA Live, it looked really... They're striving for a lot of like realism, but it looked weird to me. So they talked more about Madden, about like greater realism again and control movement, so the linemen are more intelligent, and it looks really pretty and nice. I don't think I'll be purchasing Madden, but it looks cool. So then they talk about FIFA. FIFA, they bring Drake on stage, who's like, I thought he was gonna rap or something, but he just talked about how he loves FIFA, which was really weird, actually. It caught me by surprise. I thought he was gonna come up there and like maybe rap or something. I know like Microsoft got a lot of shit like last year for Usher on for the Usher concert for their press conference, but it was really weird seeing Drake up on stage. I know I hear good with them soft lips. Yeah, you know, word of mouth. The square root of 69 is 8 something, right? Because I've been trying to work it out. Ow. I don't think I want him representing my brand. His rap lyrics are equivalent to a 7th grade. I'm gonna stop talking about that. I was about to go into very dark territory there. So yeah, so he talks about FIFA, and again, they're trying to make an authentic football game, and they have like realistic crowds and stuff like that. And they bring on a UFC, which they have a new UFC game. They're trying to make it more realistic. They brought in Dana White and John Bones Jones and another UFC guy that I can't remember the name of right now. So then they moved on to the Battlefield 4 stuff, which was really cool. So 64 simultaneous players. You could have like a tablet experience, and there's like commanders and stuff. It was really cool. And they showed off a really cool skyscraper being destroyed, and it looked really, really awesome. And that's all I really have to say. I haven't been a big Battlefield person, but it looked really cool, and it looks fun to play. So then they moved on to the last game, which was just a simple trailer, which they announced Mirror's Edge 2, which I really enjoyed the first Mirror's Edge. I thought it was a great game. Had a couple flaws, but it was a really interesting concept, and it was new. So now on to the Ubisoft conference. Now, I thought this was the weakest conference of E3. I was really disappointed. Again, they're kind of known for having super, super awkward conferences. They had Aisha Tyler, who's an actress on Archer, which is probably one of my favorite shows. So they had her hosting, which was really, really awkward. Aisha Tyler. So they started off the conference by showing off Rocksmith. They had a guy on guitar, and it was interesting. Rocksmith really isn't my deal. I really like Rock Band 3, considering I've had like 3 years of support for Rock Band 3 there. And then they showed another trailer with Splinter Cell Blacklist, which looks really cool. I don't know if I'll pick that up. I enjoyed... My first Splinter Cell game was Conviction, and I know a lot of people are going to crucify me for this, but I really enjoyed Conviction. I thought it was fun. Mix of action and stealth, and it really helped introduce me to the Splinter Cell series, which I really plan on one day I'll go back and play through them. They're really good. So it's released on August 20th of this year. So they moved on to Rayman Legends, which is a cool platformer and really great. It's September 3rd of this year release date. And they talked about like this Mighty Quest game, which was really interesting. It's like you make a castle, and it's like this massive like player versus player game. And it looked cool, but hey, whatever. And then they moved on to another South Park Stick of Truth trailer, which they had a tentative release date of like this year, which hopefully they can be realized. And then after that, they start talking into the next gen games. So they talked about The Crew, which is another racing game on like a lot of customization of cars, and it didn't really impress me too much. And they revealed more about Watch Dogs, which looks really cool. They showed off another gameplay trailer. Well, another gameplay trailer, just like another CG another CG trailer, which was fairly interesting. I'm really excited to see that game because it looks fucking sick. And then the Just Dance 2014 trailer, not my cup of tea, but people like that. Raving Rabbids Invasion TV show, which is really weird. It's like a interactive TV show, and it looked crappy, but whatever. So then they talked about Assassin's Creed 4, which I thought it looked really good. It just freaking I know people hate on Assassin's Creed right now since they've become a yearly franchise, but I found all of them to be actually really great games. Some of them better than others. I'm looking at you, Revelations, compared to Brotherhood, and I really enjoyed Assassin's Creed 3. It started off a little slow, but in the end, it really paid off for me. So they showed Assassin's Creed 4. It's a like purely open world. They showed off another like some of their unique their unique gameplay trailers with good music and their CG trailers with unique music that they're really known for, which got me really excited. I'm really excited for Assassin's Creed 4, whole like pirates and the whole Caribbean and focusing on the ship aspect, which was really interesting and really cool concept. So then they moved from Assassin's Creed 4 to showing off a new Trials, which was really cool. So they're going to have two versions of Trials. They're going to have Trials Frontier, which will be a mobile one, and Trials Fusion, which will be the HD next-gen game. And it showed off that the gameplay looks relatively the same, except for they added like a thing to be able to do tricks, which has some people pissed off. I don't really know for what reason so far. As long as the levels are still hard, and as long as there's a good creative mode, that's all that really matters. So then, I saved a lot of time to talk about this for the end. They showed off this new game called The Division, which is an online open world RPG by Massive Entertainment. So then they showed off like a gameplay demo. So it's like a post-apocalyptic world where a virus is released on Black Friday, especially on like the money, and immediately spreads throughout the world. So it's a third-person shooter, and it's multiplayer, and it's like it also has a tablet component. What's with the tablet components? It's kind of weird. There's a lot of tablet focus this E3. Like Xbox Smart Glass, I think PS has a Vita like second screen, which is really interesting actually. But they showed off some tablet things. So like the tablet user took the form of an aerial drone, and it was really cool because like they showed like it was like an actual like group of people like recorded like voices and stuff like that, and interaction, them like doing a mission and helping out people, and it was really cool to see it. It looked really interesting. It looked really fun to play if you can get like a group of friends together to play. And it's coming out for PS4 and Xbox One. And at the very end, they implied some open world player versus player, which was really cool actually, because that's the way it ended. Was like they set off a beacon in order to get distracted so they could finish the mission. But another group of players started attacking them, and they started to coordinate an attack, which was really cool. It looked like it required a lot of coordination. So overall, the Ubisoft conference left a lot to be desired. Actually, I was very surprised with how it turned out. I shouldn't really be surprised, considering that, I don't know, it's the Ubisoft conference. They're known for being like super awkward, and just in general super awkward. Yeah, it was really awkward. She fucking towered over everyone, And I don't know why they stuck her in heels, because they made her fucking gigantic compared to almost everyone else, to all those poor little Frenchmen. Well, anyway, that concludes this, so see you later, guys.